Jelani Jesse Giovanni Day was born June 15, 1996 in Danville, Illinois. His parents are Miss Carmen Bolden Day and Savi Day. Jelani was active in church from a very young age and known to be friendly, kind, intelligent, funny, and had a very close-knit, loving family. When his father, Savi Day, was sick with cancer, Jelani was a bone marrow match and gave the gift of his bone marrow to his father. A grade 8 student, Jelani Day graduated at the top of all his classes and was going to become a speech pathologist. His mother, Miss Carmen Day, and Jelani were extremely close and stayed close, talking or texting every day. On August 24th, Jelani missed class. He also missed a meeting with Kara Boster, the director of clinical education. She had spoke with him the night before and was the first one to be alarmed by his absence. She contacted the on-campus group for wellness check on him. His last sighting was seen via video at a dispensary approximately at 9:15 a.m. On Wednesday, the family called the police. On Thursday, Jelani's white 2010 Chrysler 300 was found in a wooded area in Peru, which also had his clothes in it. At this point, the family was in shock and pain and unfortunately was not going to get support from the police community. With his mother, Miss Carmen Day, and her supporters started their own search and reward for Jelani Day. On September 4th, a body was found in the Illinois River. It took over 3 weeks to identify the body due to the extreme decomposition. On September 23rd, the body was confirmed to be that of Jelani Day. A lot of misinformation and false reporting about the autopsy's findings have been out. I'm not going to dive into the details other than to say that all his organs were in his body. They were removed during the first autopsy. A second autopsy was done by the family by a third party who concluded with the original findings of a lack of evidence of foul play on the body and cited drowning as the reason for death. His mother was upset that the Gabby Petito case had gotten so much attention, and yet none was being used to find Jelani. She's not upset with the coverage, but pointed out the difference between the case coverage and resources and support from the police on both cases. The family have mourned and celebrated the life of Jelani Day. Now we need to find out what happened to him. So first, even before I start the reading, I just want to give out my condolences and my heartfelt sorrow for his mother, Carmen Day. I can't imagine what she must be going through. His whole family, his whole community, and the fact that he has not gotten the media coverage or the support from the police makes this case really difficult to dive into. So I appreciate Janice Cotton, who was in the comments and had suggested this case. This case was a difficult one to look into for the fact that there's a lot of misinformation out there, so you really got to kind of do your due diligence to see what's fact and what's not fact. But I just like to see what was going around. I mean, the police are saying they don't suspect foul play, but they can't say that nothing happened. They're saying that it was a drowning, but they really can't prove that it was a drowning. It's just the fact that the body was found in the water. And the police really didn't do anything to kind of to deal with this case, you know, with gusto or with urgency. It's been his mother, Miss Carmen Day, taking the helm and pushing this story and getting it out there. So let's see what happened. Jelani Day, what happened? What was going on? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. There's a lot of emotion. This shows a drowning, but there's a clouded hand coming out, and I kind of feel that this is it's starting off looking like foul play, but we'll just see what the rest of the cards say. Crossing it, the Knight of Wands. So someone was with him. Somebody was with him that evening. Somebody was with him in the car. Somebody was with him crossing this emotion. This was somebody he knew, somebody he trusted. This was not somebody he was worried about, but somebody was with him. I don't know if they were there for the whole thing. Underneath it all, so much stress and worry. Known to him. In the past, we have the magician. So here he is able to, do whatever he wanted at school. He was able to accomplish everything that he wanted at school. He knew how to get things done. But this also lets me know that, he was somewhat dependent on marijuana to help him through. This is somebody who's, using, but it doesn't look like there's no major drug situation here. This was just for personal use from what I can see. On top of it, the Chariot. I'm telling you, somebody else was with him and directed him to go wherever it was that he went that was outside of his normal places that he'd hang out. Somebody else was with him that night. And somebody else was the one who took control and said, hey, let's go here. Oh. The Ten of Wands. There was so much pressure on him. So much stress. Feeling like so burdened. Temperance, trying to balance out, his work, his school work, and his personal life. Again, Temperance is showing water, drowning. King of Swords, the person around him. There was another person who was with him. There was another person who was there, who saw it, who witnessed it, who knows what happened. Six of Swords, going from rough waters to better waters. Let's just look at the outcome. Ace of Wands, but it's reversed. From the look of these cards, there was somebody who was with him. They had, had some marijuana, was driving. There was some kind of tension between them, some kind of stress conflict between them. There was an imbalance there. It's like all of a sudden, it was like everything was going fine, and then something switched. It was like something just went really quick. The King of Swords, the person that was with him knows what happened. I'm sorry to say that it looks to me like this person had some kind of foul play, or like it's almost like this other person directed him to go to this area that he was not used to or aware of. They had been using marijuana, which would have slowed their groove down a little bit. It's almost like an accidentally on purpose. Like you got your buddy there and you're saying, hey, I dare you to go do this. And he goes and does it, and he can't help him. He doesn't help him. He sees it. He knows it's happened. There was a drowning, and I do believe that the drowning is the case, the reasoning. But I think it was somebody was with him. There was some kind of tomfoolery that happened around the water. That's why the person who was with him dropped off the car in a different wooded location and took the license plates off it and left the clothes there because, you know, when the event had happened, they panicked and tried to fix it up a little bit so that there wouldn't be all this information. Justice inverted. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I believe that the police are doing some kind of cover-up here. The police know more about what happened. They may even know about somebody who's involved. And for some reason, there's some kind of inability for the police to be active on this case. There's some reason why they're trying to hide information. Like maybe they're just fat. Ooh, no. The moon is here and the moon is right next. Do you see this card? Blah. Somebody knows exactly what happened, but it's being covered up. I truly believe that the police, through their either blatant neglect and not doing anything about the case, or somebody within that police force knows about this. Like I really believe there's more to this than what's happening. There's a lot of sneaky cards, and definitely somebody was with them that night. So there's more to be investigated, to be found out. Definitely somebody was with them, probably even went in the water with them. Right from the get-go, there's water surrounding this whole reading. Somebody will somebody's responsible. There is somebody who, whether they did it on purpose or accidentally, as a joke, they were there, they saw it, they tried to cover it up because they're scared. Okay. That's a hard reading because I feel so bad. So bad for the mother. And for my last reading, we're going to look into Mark Meadows, because Mark Meadows came out with a book that gave out all kinds of information about Trump being COVID positive when he went to do the debates, which we already knew, and a number of other things that, you know, we kind of knew, but he kind of confirmed. Then there's the emails and the text messages, which can really get Trump in trouble. And then all of a sudden, Mark Meadows, who wrote this book, who, you know, was going to do it under the Republican blanket and try to make it, you know, like shade, which the whole book was shade. And all of a sudden, he's running scared. He's like, he saw a ghost. And I really, when that information came out, I had this automatic thought that, my God, you know, was he bribed by, or was he told, hey, you know, you don't have to be here? You know what I mean? Like, how do I say this? Like, maybe his life was threatened. Maybe he was told, look, we know X, Y, Z about you. Change your story or shut up. Like, it's that kind of, there's something amiss with what happened with him. So I just want to have a quick look and see what are the vibes around him, around Mark Meadows. Hangman, seeing the situation from a different perspective, being forced to see the situation from a different perspective. He's got to weigh out what he knows and what he can tell with what they know and what they can tell. He's between a rock and a hard place. I kid you not. I kid you not. This man has probably had a death threat. This man has been told, hey, you need, look. Somebody, the Knight of Swords, swept in and said, buddy, change your attitude, change what you said, cover this up, fix this, do whatever. And I mean, anything that Trump comes out and he's talking about or angry about, it's from him. And Trump is furious about this. So guaranteed, he was threatened and told that he'll be exposed and to avoid any more talk, even though it's already, you know, he already sang his song. The information's out there. And this will eventually, he's so kerfuffled. He's so scared. There's so many, he's gotten threats. He's gotten people talking to him. Like he's got a number of things. he thought he was going to get some kind of accolades for his book and for speaking out, and the opposite happened. He's got to watch himself. His life is literally in danger. Be very careful. Wow. All right, so that's my 2 readings for today. And as always, my dear friends, I have our Unity candle lit for each one of us. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and do all that stuff that helps support my channel. And until the next time we chat, cheerio, my friends.